How's it going, guys? Welcome to a quick live stream here, coming to you live from San Diego, California. Hopefully the stream is coming through okay as far as no buffering here and quality as we get some people to join here. It's not going to be too long, but I did want to talk about a new announcement that I just saw tonight, checking my email from Uber, and that is tip matching yet again. So I want to talk about what this is. And this is the second time they've done this, when this is going to happen, and if this is really going to affect you at all, as a driver. Maybe it won't. So guys, I want to welcome you to this live stream, see if we can get some people here on a later live stream, depending where you're joining from. It is about 6:45 p.m. here in California. Typically, we do stream from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. A lot of big changes happening there. So it's a little bit later on the East Coast here for some of our viewers. But again, guys, some pretty big things happening right now from Uber. And I've taken probably 2 Lyft rides and 1 Uber ride at least since I've been here, just a few days that I've been here. And some interesting things from drivers here in San Diego, really part of the rideshare capital of the nation. So I want to talk about what's going on. Hey guys, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. We're all about the Uber platform apparently, because we are waiting on Uber Eats right now for delivery. And I just wanted to jump on here and talk to you guys, say hey, because it's been busy. It's been a lot going on here, and we're in the new apartment. But there's a lot of work to be done, and slowly but surely it's coming along here. But I did notice something in my email right now, and I'll show you guys. Let's show you guys right now. So let's turn this webcam off here. Check it out. This should seem familiar. Hashtag tip tip hooray. Tip matching is back. Last month, we launched in-app tipping by matching tips for 24 hours. After hearing your amazing stories and feedback, we're doing it again tomorrow. Not just for driver partners, but for delivery partners too. From always having the best playlist to having the perfect amount of AC on a hot day, we want to give thanks for your awesome partnership by matching your tips for all rides and deliveries taken tomorrow, August 15th. What do you guys think? They're doing it again, which is kind of cool. Now, let's see. Tomorrow is, well, interesting. Okay, they are doing it again on Tuesday. And it's been kind of interesting. Last time they did this, it was on a Tuesday. So they're doing it yet again, and this is for 24 hours, and you can see here they're announcing this time for delivery partners as well. And I know at least in the Pittsburgh, PA market, from what I've been seeing on my app, that Uber Eats tries to push some incentives for drivers. So if there are some incentives for deliveries plus tip matching, that could be pretty decent. And I always advocate always tipping your driver if it's on Uber, if it's on Uber Eats. To try to always tip your driver. I had a fantastic Lyft driver today. It was extremely personable, super friendly, and we left him maybe a 50% tip. I can't remember, but yeah, fantastic Lyft driver. Hey, Francisco, thanks for joining. Right? Francisco kind of says something that I was wondering about. Yet they are not matching on weekends again. I'm going to bring back the background of the webcam. I'm off the screen, guys. I'm right over here. Wait, where am I? There I am. But I want to show you this. I'm going to leave this up here for anyone that's just joining. Yeah, like Francisco said, they're still not matching tips on the weekend. Okay, and that's when people may be going to the bars, maybe going to the restaurants, sporting events, and perhaps, especially if they're going to the bar, may be more inclined to leave a tip, possibly. Plus even volume-wise, right? Volume-wise, a Tuesday, Well, I mean, you get the, of course, weekday runs to the airport, and you get the post-work rush. but you don't get that weekend rush like the events and the restaurants and the bars, etc. So interesting that they're doing this on a Tuesday again. Hey guys, thanks for joining. We are here in San Diego, California, and the move really has become permanent. I do have to run back to Pittsburgh, PA, and get a few things, including the Dodge Caliber. And as you know, guys, I'm going to be driving that cross country, doing a lot of live streaming because honestly, I'm going to be doing 9-hour days or whatever it ends up being, and it's going to be nice to talk to you guys. So as you can see here, this was an email that just came across tonight. And again, I hope everything's going smooth okay on your end here. We just got the internet connection set up, and we're using the Rode Smart Lab Plus today. So Uber's matching tips for 24 hours on a Tuesday. Is this good? Is this bad? Hey, Simon, thanks for joining. Simon in the house. Nice having you on here as always, Simon. Appreciate that. Simon, Francisco, everyone else, what do you think? Is this more of a kind of PR move? Or is this actually Uber pushing the 180 days of change to help drivers? And I have my thoughts on it, but I want to hear from you guys first. And as we continue to let people come in here, and please leave your comments below, guys. We have the live chat displayed for that reason, so we can see that back and forth going on. I'm going to take this off here for a second. How's it going, guys? Hope you're having a good day today. I hope you're having a good evening, and thank you for joining the live stream. What do you think? Tuesday tip matching. By the way, it's tomorrow. It's all day tomorrow, the 15th, Tuesday, August 15th. Yeah, hey, David, thanks for joining again. Sounds good? Awesome. Simon, Tuesday is one of the slowest days of the week. Yeah, they should do a Thursday or a Friday. Sleeping Elephant, I can't wait to get rich from driving Uber Pool. I know, guys. And continue to follow that here on the channel because now we're in a market that has Uber Pool, and I'm going to still be driving Uber and Lyft. I got to, of course, get all the registration done for that. And I believe here we may have to do an actual physical inspection as well versus Pittsburgh. We didn't have that. Yeah, Uber Pool, definitely not a favorite, and I probably won't be taking Uber Pool runs, much like many drivers. Francisco, yes, thank you for joining. What do you guys think? Tip matching on a Tuesday? Are we kind of still getting the same feeling from last time? They did do this one other time on a Tuesday. And it's interesting because some drivers told me that, it was awesome. I made an extra, $15, $30 in tips that I wouldn't have gotten, right? Or some drivers that said, I didn't get anything. Passengers rather aren't educated fully enough that tipping is available on their Uber platform. They still don't know. It's still new. So why would they know to tip in the first place? 0 times 2 is 0 is what they would say. Hey, David, thanks for joining. Got a ride. I'll see you later. Watch the rebroadcast. Appreciate it. Thanks for hopping on here. So, guys, check it out. And this is a 2-part email here. The first being, as you saw here, tip matching is back just for 24 hours. Is this, again, a PR move, or is this an actual good intentioned move for the 180 days of change for drivers? Tomorrow, guys, the 15th. All right, let's check out part 2. Part 2 says how it works. You guys should know this. It take trips and make deliveries. Okay, well, they highlight deliveries here. Deliveries August 15th. Provide the amazing service you already do. And that's all. And remember, Uber service fees are not deducted from your tips. And they have learn more and more about the 180 days of change. Tipping is just one of the many changes we're making to improve your Uber experience. Stay tuned for more exciting updates coming next week. Uh-oh, I didn't see that part, guys. More exciting changes coming up. Well, they're getting later into this program, right? It's been a couple months now. So hopefully they're holding off on the big improvements. They say exciting updates coming next week. I'm wondering what that is. Simon, I think it's a joke, honestly. They should do matching fares on... They should do matching fares on a Tuesday? And that would be awesome. Did you mean Tuesday there or Friday, Saturday? Hey guys, if you're just joining, we're talking about tip matching. Is this a good thing from Uber? They're matching your tips dollar for dollar tomorrow, August 15th, which is a Tuesday, which is a good and bad thing. Hey guys, we have 7 people on here. Really appreciate it. I know it's a little bit later on the East Coast here. But yeah, we're coming to you from San Diego, California. So thanks for joining, guys. It's going to be a little bit of, what's the word, guys? It's going to be a little back and forth as far as scheduling for the next week or so until we get into the swing of things here. But I want to make sure that I do live stream. We posted a video, which was actually kind of interesting. We're getting a lot of awesome answers from you guys about what to do if a passenger cancels mid-trip. And there is some kind of good varying opinions about that, about what you should do. And that was good to see, a good dialogue in there about what exactly you should do if that happens. So we have that, and we have another video coming up as well, which is really more directed to newer drivers. You know, what you should expect when you first sign up to drive, so that video is coming here in the next couple days. Hey, All Things Cleveland, thanks for joining. Appreciate that. A lot of familiar faces. I appreciate every time that you guys join. There's a lot of familiar faces on here. Really appreciate that. Sleeping Elephant, I did good last time. Got lucky rides, not so much tipping, but still is cool to promote tipping. That's the thing. And actually, you know what, guys? I was... we're waiting on some Uber Eats here, and I didn't rate and tip on my last Uber Eats because honestly, we don't cook anything, you know. We're not really feeling, you know, cooking a lot with all this stuff around me. I've been building IKEA furniture for the past couple of days. So they seem to be promoting tipping on all ends here. Here, I'm going to show you. I don't want to show the driver's face just, you know, for security reasons if I don't have to. I'm being really careful with this. So you can see here, it says optional. You know, it's appreciated but optional. You guys know. So let's tip on this last one here. Okay, let's do that. Submit and continue. So we added a tip to our meal from Los Primos Mexican Food. And we're in La Mesa, which is right outside of San Diego. Let's rate our food. Awesome. Oh, wow. Our driver's already on our way for our meal here. We got about 15 minutes. And I may do what I did last time and just, you know, do a little timeout and go get it, or I may come back. I'm sorry, or I may end this stream. You know, we'll see. But... you guys are flying. Let me catch up to you here. Sleeping Elephant, thanks for joining, by the way. All Things Cleveland, I think a lot more people are aware about the tipping now, riders, I mean. And that's a good point because Uber, after every ride, is saying, hey, not only can you rate, but you can add a tip if you'd like, which I think is fantastic. And for new passengers that update their app, that'll be the first thing they see when they open their rider app. Is in the message center below, it'll say, tipping is now available, which again, why shouldn't it be, right? It's a good reward for drivers, you know, for good service. So they will see that, and then passengers will see the prompt to say, hey, you can rate and tip. And if they do rate, then they're going to be pushed to that screen that I showed you, showing preset amounts, which are based on amount of the fare, maybe. I know it changes, right? Oh, Simon says, I meant they should match every fare that we do on Tuesday. Well, this Tuesday they are, right? Yeah, they are matching, every fare. I think that's what you meant, right? To match every fare on a Tuesday. Hey, that'd be even better, right? Obviously. Especially for those slower days, you know, right? Fare matching on Monday or like a Tuesday, right? kind of like a boost zone almost, or a guarantee, an hourly guarantee. You know, you can frame it however you'd like, right? It's all payment coming into us. Simon, that's a good change instead of doing tips, meaning $5 equals $10, right? Or a day without commission. Hey, those are all good ideas. A day without commission even, right? Yeah, Simon, for me, that's real change that will help everyone out. That's a good point. A day without commission or a day with fare matching. It's not a bad idea. And I believe Uber's local teams are always looking at ways to incentivize drivers. And I don't think they'd really be opposed to any idea, you know, as long as it fits whatever kind of, you know, P&L, profit and loss, you know, they're measuring. You know. It's a good idea though, especially the commission free. I like that. Ironclaw 30, hey, how's it going? From a New Jersey Ironclaw. What's an example of tip matching? Well, you know, you take a ride, and again, I could pull it up on my ride history here, but you know, I don't want to give away any driver personal information or anything. I don't think I can show you here. It's going to show their license plate and stuff. Yeah, it shows the license plate. Well, I mean, for me on the passenger end, the rides that I took today, you know, in this ride, I tipped $5. So the driver would get $10 because Uber would match that $5 and give another $5 to the driver. So if I tipped $1, which why would I tip $1? But you know, if I tipped $1, Uber would match $1. If I tipped $3, Uber would match $3, etc. So that's tip matching. 10 minutes, guys. You guys are flying. That's awesome. Francisco, if a rider cancels, then they must get out because they try to play you knowing that they must waste their time calling another Uber. Yeah, you can end the ride right there, and you can, you know, put that as the ending destination. I told someone else that, you know, you may not always know when they cancel because sometimes you don't get any kind of, you know, tone or anything on your phone. So you don't know exactly where in the route they canceled. So I just want to make sure that obviously you get paid for the full amount. You can still do a fare adjustment on that to be sure if you want. Say, hey, they canceled somewhere during this ride. I dropped them off here, you know, at this gas station or wherever. This is where we ended the ride. Can you please ensure that I got paid, you know, ending at this destination? Guys, what I was also saying in that video, if they do cancel mid-route, there are trip adjustment features. You should still get paid, you know, even though they canceled mid-route because you started the ride and the ride's been documented. But you can go in that trip history and request a trip adjustment. You can say, hey, they canceled somewhere, you know, in the route. We actually continued the ride and ended here. Please adjust the fare. Excuse me. And myself, I've never had a problem doing that. I think I have a few other drivers said they've done that without issue. But you can do it either way, you know, whatever way works for you. All things Cleveland, I'm actually at my regular job right now, and yeah, this time they're doing it for Eats too, so I plan on getting out there tomorrow. Yeah, sure. They are doing it for Uber Eats this time as well, guys. Uber, anything really. Uber X, SUV, XL, Select. Shouldn't matter, you know, shouldn't matter. But they are doing it for Uber Eats as well. So if you guys are experts on Uber Eats and you make pretty good tips from that, and you maximize your time, then yeah, you may want to invest in Uber Eats tomorrow. Nizar, hey, thanks for joining. What are the things you can write off for your taxes driving for Uber or Lyft? A lot. And you can do either A, the standard mileage deduction, and that is 53.5 cents a mile for this year's worth of driving. So when you file, you know, next year and all the miles that you claim for this year, you can write off 53.5 cents as long as you're online or as long as you're doing something Uber and Lyft related. You can write off those miles. The IRS has that as a general umbrella deduction, and that encapsulates everything with a car, operational expenses, insurance, gas, etc., which makes it very easy. You just take your mileage times 53.5 cents, and that's what you can write off for expenses. Excuse me. Or you can do an itemized version, okay? You keep every receipt for anything that's related to your driving. Tires, brakes, inspection, registration, gas, any accessories, supplies, dash cams, floor mats, car washes. You keep all of those, insurance, you keep all of those receipts, and then you tally up those receipts as your actual incurred expenses, and you can do deductions in that way. As always, I'm not a CPA or tax professional, so consult a professional for the nuances and the details of taxes. Yeah, Francisco, every time I say, one sec. Excuse me. Yeah, every time I say Simon Says, I know, right? I think the same thing. All Things Cleveland, since they've introduced in-app tipping, I gotta say I've gotten more tips. And again, I always tip a driver, when I'm taking in as a passenger, Uber or Lyft. But from a passenger's aspect, guys, I love that in-app tipping. It's perfect. I can see my fare in that end screen. I can do a custom tip, which is usually what I always do to enter a little bit higher amount for the percent I want. And it's super easy. I love it. I think it probably makes me tip even more, because if I don't have the exact bills on me, I can tip the exact amount that I want in the app. So yeah, All Things Cleveland, I love it. Elizabeth, hey, thanks for joining. I live in Florida. Does the tipping matching apply? Yeah, it does. Anywhere in the United States. And again, I'm here in the US. If you're in international markets, I would check your email as well, to check for international markets. But for here in the US, as long as you're in a US market, you will get tip matching for a full 24 hours tomorrow, Tuesday the 15th. And as far as time, we'll have to go more into that email. And it still says my driver's 10 minutes away. I just want to make sure he's not waiting outside or something. I assume he'd call, right? I just don't want to keep anyone waiting. Okay. Yeah, if you're in the US, tip matching does apply. Ironclaw, how often do they have the tip matching? They did it once, a month ago, guys? About a month ago. It's rare, and it's kind of like a bonus thing they've been doing for the 180 days of change. It's not something regular. I wouldn't, expect it. It's part of the 180 days of change, which is a 6-month program to help drivers. Shorter wait time windows for cancellation when in transit, paid wait times are all part of that program, and this is part of it. Just something that they're doing to help drivers, really. But, again, on a Tuesday, What about food and so on, Nazar? Are you talking about Uber Eats? It does apply to Uber Eats, the tip matching. All Things Cleveland, I actually get a notification when a person tips also. Okay, that's good. I've not gotten a tip yet on my end, on the driver end. I mean, honestly, with the move and such, I haven't got a lot of time to drive. Understandably, I'll have to keep a lookout for that, though. Notification. I've had some great drivers, though. Guys, here in San Diego, I had a driver that has completed 5,000 rides on Uber. I've had a driver, just in being here since Thursday, that's completed 10,000 rides. 10,023 rides on Uber. Oh, he's 1 minute away, guys. Hey, yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up real quick here versus giving you guys a timeout. That's about it. Just wanted to talk about tipping. Leave some comments below. I will still be online reading your comments. If you want to continue the dialogue in the comments section below, please do. I need to go pick up my Uber Eats, though. And yeah, tomorrow, tip matching for 24 hours, Uber and Uber Eats, guys. So, All Things Cleveland, I hope you're getting settled in. Okay, I am. It's beautiful here. The move's been going great, guys. I will talk to you soon. Be following on socials, on YouTube if you're not subscribed already, on Twitter. We got a ton of things happening right now. And that's it. I got to go, guys. Nice talking to you. Have a good night.